Start looking at alcohol like heroin. What's your first thought when I say that? Let me guess. But alcohol is not as bad as heroin. Heroin is a highly addictive drug that destroys lives, and people who use it end up losing everything. They end up homeless on the street. It's disgusting. It's very antisocial. Notice how quickly you came in to defend alcohol with all your beliefs about heroin. These are your built-in subconscious programs about heroin. What you're about to learn may just be the thing that finally makes quitting drinking easier. For most people, heroin is easy to say no to. You were taught when you were young, heroin is bad and to never touch it. It was explained to you very different to alcohol. But I'll tell you why. If you're trying to quit drinking, simple shifts like this will completely change your life. Firstly, no, I'm not crazy. I help people quit drinking with an online program that reprograms the subconscious mind so you no longer desire alcohol. Now, the first part in my program is all about devaluing alcohol, because if you truly want to be free from alcohol, if you want the desire to drink to disappear, there's one very important thing you need to do first. That is, take alcohol off its pedestal. You see, from a very young age, almost everyone in society has been taught and shown through advertising and people around you growing up that alcohol is okay. Alcohol is a social drink. It's innocent. It's normal. It's completely set apart from other neurotoxic drugs. And that is one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck in the drinking cycle. When you can reprogram your subconscious mind to see alcohol exactly the same as heroin, your desire to drink will start to disappear. I guarantee it. You see, the biggest reason you started drinking in the first place is because you were taught alcohol is okay. You were most likely taught that only alcoholics have a problem with drinking, but that everyone else can and should drink it and it's normal. But here's the problem. You were fed a lie. It's not normal to drink ethanol, which is what alcohol is. It's the same chemical you put in your car to fuel it. Humans were not designed to drink ethanol, but because our culture and society in most countries put high value on alcohol as this social drink that helps people relax and socialize, that it makes life more fun and adds to experiences. By the way, that's all a lie. But because you've been taught this by caregivers, advertising, people around you, the TV, you've believed it and have a subconscious program running that alcohol is different. Watch any TV show or movie and I guarantee alcohol will make an appearance. Someone will drink because they're stressed, or they've been to a funeral, or someone's died. They've had a hard day at work, a breakup, they're going to a party. Your subconscious mind is always watching and analyzing, and it notices these constant messages. So before you even started drinking, you had a subconscious program running that alcohol should be used for all these situations, these events, and emotions. But notice if you ever saw a drug user on TV, someone using heroin, for example, it was portrayed in a very different light. These people in the movie were destroying their lives and everyone around them. They were outcasts, not normal. Heroin was shown to you as this highly addictive life destroyer. So you believed it and you formed a subconscious program about heroin. Now, I'm obviously not saying to go do heroin. What I'm saying is you have been programmed to believe alcohol is okay and heroin's bad. But look at the statistics. Alcohol destroys more lives and kills more people than heroin. There are more cases of violent crimes and sexual assaults when alcohol is in someone's system. Alcohol slowly tears apart families and relationships. People get in the car and drink drive, killing innocent people. They aren't productive at work. They're not showing up for their kids. But you're never showing that on TV. Unless they're an alcoholic. They're different. You're shown the illusion that alcohol is glamorous and fun. When you start to question what you've been programmed to believe, you can start to make the shift to lose the desire to drink. Now I hear you say, but heroin is so much worse. You can't even compare the two. Heroin and alcohol both work to change the way your brain functions. They both affect the neurotransmitters in your brain and they change how your prefrontal cortex functions. This is the rational decision-making part of your brain. They both change your perceived reality. They are both neurotoxic drugs. Heroin is just more potent. But if you're drinking more than 8 drinks, you're heading towards the potent effects that heroin has on your brain. You're shutting off all the parts of the brain that make you a rational, functioning human. But heroin's illegal. Yeah, and alcohol should be too. Don't even get me started on that. You'll notice part of you actually subconsciously goes into bat for alcohol. You start to defend alcohol like it's not as bad as heroin. This is one of the major reasons why you struggle to quit drinking or why you struggle to stay sober, why you relapse, because you see benefits to drinking. When you actually look at the benefits from an actual neuroscience perspective, like I do, you'll quickly learn that alcohol actually has no benefits, the same as heroin has no benefits. Unless you think being numbed out for life and numbing all your emotions, good and bad, is living. The whole point of the human experience is to feel, to love, to grieve, to experience life's highs and lows. The only reason you believe alcohol has a benefit is because of what society has ingrained into your subconscious mind, and you've never stopped to question it. So if you want to quit drinking, I urge you to start asking questions. Get out a pen and paper and write down what benefits you think you are getting from alcohol. Go on, get out a pen and paper so you actually do it. Write down all the benefits you think alcohol is giving you. Once you have your list of beliefs, they'll most likely look like: alcohol helps me relax. It makes me more social. It makes boring things fun. It helps me sleep. You'll have a long list. I know back in my drinking days, I did. Now you have your list. Research each one. Or just hit that subscribe button and watch the series I'm starting, which explains exactly how alcohol works in the brain and body, so you don't have to do the research. I can give it all to you because I've been studying alcohol and addiction for over 9 years. You'll quickly find out if, from a factual standpoint, all your beliefs are actually true. I've done all the research, so I know. And my subconscious programming believes alcohol has no benefit, not from an actual factual standpoint. Now, here's the important part. It's one thing to learn the facts, but now you actually have to reprogram those beliefs into your subconscious mind. Because, yeah, you see them now on paper, you see them as facts, but you still don't believe it. You still have so many subconscious programs running that will fight against the facts, especially when you're craving relief from the stresses in life. That's why I created my online program. It's a structured online program to break apart those beliefs, and then I actually give you tools to actually embed and rewire the new correct beliefs. If you're interested, you can join up at www.rewiredrecovery.co, not .com.co. Obviously, subscribe so that you don't miss any videos, especially the series on all the actual facts of alcohol. You'll be shocked how it actually works in the body and the brain. And I simplify it so you can understand. I've been researching alcohol and addiction, like I said, for over 9 years, so I've gotten really good at breaking it down and explaining it. But for now, the most important takeaway from this video is to start to get you thinking about alcohol in another way, to start to see it like the other neurotoxic drugs, and actually start to go against the program beliefs that you believe from society and everyone around you that drinks. Because the truth is, drinking alcohol, ethanol, is not normal. It never was and it never will be. But society and big alcohol with its billion-dollar advertising campaigns has made you believe an illusion. Once you start to break apart the illusion, everything starts to shift. Obviously, if you want the fast, easy way to reprogram and rewire, get started in my program. But what you can start doing today, try for a week. Every time you see someone drinking on TV or out at pubs, imagine them holding a syringe, a needle with heroin, because they're both drugs. One you drink, one you inject. One is high on a pedestal in society and one is looked at as disgusting. But if you can start to see alcohol like heroin, you'll be amazed at how much less you actually want to drink it, how that pull will start to stop. Obviously, if you've been drinking for a while, you'll also need other tools to stay sober, and you actually need to reprogram and rewire all your triggers. This is also what I teach inside my online program. But just get started today by writing out that list of beliefs. Start to pull them apart and start seeing alcohol as the highly addictive neurotoxic drug that it actually is, without all the advertising and the glamour and the romanticizing of the drug added to it. Take away all the shiny bottles and fancy glasses and illusions of a fun drink and begin to see alcohol for what it really is. All right, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I am the chick from down under in Australia that destroys alcohol for people. So if you're looking to quit drinking, you should be following me. You should be subscribed. You should be listening. I will make you hate alcohol. When you see no value in alcohol, the desire to drink naturally disappears. I will see you, or I will talk to you next week. Take care and chat soon.